This is Marvin's father, Sean. And I would assume that this is his fiancée, Brinley, who I'm texting with now? I heard from him that you will be coming out to our house soon to meet with us and talk about your guys' upcoming marriage to one another. Is that true?
Good evening, Sean. Yes, I do intend to come out to your house to see you and your wife so that I can talk to you about how I'll be marrying your son. And thank you both so much for being able to spare some of your time on that day.
I see. Well, about that meeting, I would like to meet with and talk to both of your parents as well. So would you mind bringing the both of them along with you when you come?
Huh? You want for my parents to come along with me to see you guys? I was assuming since this would be my first time coming out to speak with you, just coming by myself would be best. But if you really do want to see them along with me, then I'll ask them if they're both available and can come along.
Oh, no, I didn't mean it like that. I wouldn't want you to force them both to come out and see me, so please let them stay behind if that's what you wanted to do. And I'm sure you may have already heard about this before from my son, but I happen to be the president of a very large company. So I would actually rather you just come, and if things go well, then I can have you call your parents and I'll speak with them over the phone.
Wait, what? But didn't you just say you wanted to meet with them and then asked me to bring them along?
Of course I did, but I, more than anyone, can understand wasting time on unnecessary business.
Unnecessary? Are you saying it would be unnecessary to meet with my parents in person now? I'm sorry, Sean, but I hope that me being there to talk with both you and your wife won't be unnecessary either.
Brinley, if you want me to be honest with you, I like for meetings like these to go by quickly. In other words, if I find you to be a good fit for my son like he's said you are, then you'll get my approval and I'll be ready to speak with your parents. Otherwise, you bringing your parents along to my house and everything would be a complete waste of everyone's time if I were not to approve of you, right?
Huh?
After all, the most important thing that I want to learn from meeting with you is if you'll be able to take care of my son or not. It won't be about your parents or anything like that until after I've seen and approved of you.
I see. I've heard a lot about you from Marvin, by the way, about how you're a very straightforward man who doesn't like to waste anyone's, let alone his own, time.
And that is correct, which means even if my son says that he thinks you're perfect for him and that he really loves you, I'll be the final judge in swiftly deciding that.
Okay. So Marvin really wasn't kidding about you then.
That's right. I did say I'm the president of a very large and successful company, didn't I? When running a company so big that I can't even remember most of my employees' names, you have a lot of decisions you have to make for everything. And when making those decisions, I leave them up to nobody else besides myself, and everyone knows that.
Oh.
And the same thing goes when it comes to Marvin and the rest of my family as well. I want to make sure he lives a life that will not only be free from shame to himself, but also free from shaming my whole family and company.
Well, I promise you that I'll make sure both your son and your family are all treated with the respect you all deserve.
You absolutely should, since my family has a lot riding on it. So, when it comes to this meeting, I will be the one to make the final decision about you. That is my family's policy, after all.
So is that the reason why you've achieved so much success so far?
That's correct.
Understood. Then I'll make sure to leave my parents behind, but ready to take any calls from you in case you want to have a word with them.
Thank you. Oh, and by the way, please call me Mr. Walters. I am not Sean to you, and you will never address me as your father until the wedding has happened and you are my son's wife. And that's only if I allow you to ever marry him.
Okay.
If by chance I do not allow it, then you will only call me President Walters and nothing besides that.
Okay, Mr. Walters. I'm sorry for calling you by your first name just then.
Apology accepted. Now I look forward to seeing you when you make your way over to my house. Brinley, you stop screwing around like that right now!
That's what I'm wanting to say to you now. What did you even think you were doing, throwing hot tea all over me like that?
I was doing what naturally had to be done to someone like you. How dare you even step foot into my house with such a pathetic status such as your own? The moment I learned that your father is nothing more than a middle school graduate, I knew you were no match for my son, nor this household. And yet you thought you could still have a chance at becoming his wife?
Are you out of your mind right now?
I will never allow such a troublesome marriage in my family. Whatever plans you had with my son before are cancelled now.
Is that what you think? I see then. In that case, consider the contract you had with our company cancelled.
What do you even think you're talking about right now? Are you trying to dream up a reality now that could never be possible for you? What contract might the one you're talking about even be for? I know, that contract you made with my son to get married. Well, that's no longer happening now, and you will never get to see my son ever again.
Marriage is something that Marvin gets to decide himself.
You think that stupid son of mine knows what's best for himself? Where even is he right now? Did he run away with you because he was more worried about the way you ended up than the way his family could have? Well, that makes sense, since this was the first time my son has ever told me to stop. I can't believe a day like today would come where my own flesh and blood would defy me. Could he be entering his rebellious phase or something like that now?
Perhaps he has. That was the first time I've ever heard him yell before, so I was just as surprised as you are now. But now that you've seen how he responded to what you did, it's pretty clear, right? Marvin is on my side and will never go back to your family.
Are you sure about that, though? If he goes with you, then he'll never have another chance at getting a company like mine. But if he wants that future still, then he needs to give up on you and come back here, as he cannot have you becoming his wife when you have such a low-life high school dropout of a father. Now, I don't care what all he told me just a bit ago. He will be coming back to me and will not be stupid enough to throw this all away. And you know why I know that? Because I'm the one who makes all the decisions for him and this family.
You think so? You might be a very respectable company president, Mr. Walters, but the only reason your company has grown so large is because of the profits it's been able to pull in. And when it comes to profits, it's not just the president that's in control of that, but others as well. We will be canceling our contract with your company, and from there learn just how little all that decision-making of yours has actually helped.
What? So you really think that you have the ability to cancel whatever contract you think you've made with my company? What kind of nonsense are you going on about right now? I think you and that middle school graduate of a low-life father you have aren't good enough to be talking about things like my company and the business world. This is it for you all now, as I'm cutting ties to you and your parents, and I'll make sure that Marvin does the same.
I see. Well, if you really think that's the best idea, then I have no other choice. Very well then, Mr. Walters. Goodbye forever.
Brinley, I'm so very sorry about what all happened yesterday. I never thought something as bad as that could happen between you and my father. This is the first time my own father has ever done something so embarrassing and dangerous. Such disgraceful behavior as that is not forgivable by any means.
Don't apologize for it. You didn't do anything wrong then, so it's not your problem to try and apologize for. And yesterday, my dad spoke with you about it, right? That you have nothing to feel sorry for after what your dad did? And if you thought my dad was just acting kind then, he really meant it, because he really likes you now after what you did.
What? What are you talking about?
Well, after what your dad did to me, you came all the way back to my place and apologized to us, right? That's when I told my dad about how you tried to stand up for me against your dad, and my dad said you really are a good man for me. Ever since that comment, my dad hasn't stopped talking about you, actually. But the only problem is you and I will probably never marry now after that whole fiasco, right? Your dad made it very clear to me that he would not let you marry me.
I know he said all of that to you then, but you really think I'm gonna do as my dad says and leave you?
What? But when it comes to your dad, he's still very... Well, if he were to learn that you married me without his permission, he wouldn't stand for it and would try and kill you, right? In other words, the only way you'd be able to make marrying me work is to cut ties to your dad completely.
Yeah, and I don't care at all if I have to cut ties to him for good. And when it comes to my dad's company, he can hand that off to someone else someday. I don't actually care about inheriting it from him, and if anything, after you pull that contract from his company, I'm sure it will fall to the ground. I really, really want to be married to you, Brinley. And after seeing just how terrible and childish my dad really is, I don't want to have any part of him in my life. Yeah, I'm sure that you don't want to have to bother with me either if I'm still attached to him, right?
Wait, so are you really going to? Are you really going to say goodbye to your family for me? Well, if that's the case, then what are you going to do in order to lose them?
I'm gonna tell it to them straight, that I'm cutting ties to them and don't want them to ever bother you guys or me again. I want to be in charge of the life I have with you, which means that I want to be the one who says yes to marrying you.
So then you really are saying no to your dad's company? I don't mind you doing that, but your dad did raise you all your life to take it from him, right?
I get that, but I don't care that he wasted so much time on me for nothing. I guess I've lived a lot of my life so far with the goal of taking it over after him, and that's why he invested so much into me. But after what happened between you and him this time, I cannot associate myself with him anymore. I don't want to, and that is why I will not be taking that company from him anymore. I feel if I were to stay with him and take over that company, I'd turn into the same pile of garbage he is, and I don't want that to happen to me. Do you get what I mean? I do not want to be near him, and I do not want to become him.
Are you 100% sure about that then?
Absolutely. Also, I've had dreams of running a company of my own someday, as well as plenty of other things my dad would never allow. In other words, this is the best chance for me to escape and to finally have my freedom of choosing my own future for myself.
So you've really been thinking about all of that? All right, I get it.
So that means this, Brinley. If you are still okay with the path I'm now choosing, will you marry me? I'm sure that for a little while here it'll be tough having to dodge my family as I break away from them. But I really want to become married to you. That feeling is never going to change, and I hope you feel that same way. I promise that I'll make the both of us happy.
Thank you so much, Marvin. Of course I'm going to marry you. I've been wanting to marry you for a long time now, and nothing is ever going to change that as long as you feel the same. And I'm sure my dad will be so happy to hear that.
Thank you. I promise that I'll become just as successful as you've been expecting. I already have some ideas in mind for what I'm doing next, and I'll show everyone that I can have a company of my own. And I promise that I won't make you ever regret marrying me.
Please and thank you, Marvin. I really look forward to seeing what you plan to do next.
Brinley! Yesterday was a tough day for me, and I am very sorry for what all I've done to you. I never thought that your father of all people would be one of the closest company owners to my own company. I have learned a lot from my mistakes now. At first, I only assumed that he'd be nothing more than another common man to me. But I seem to have realized the true man your father is too late, and I'm so terribly sorry about that.
Yep, that's correct. And like you were saying about it being too late, that contract being canceled will no longer change. Thank you so much for the help you lended my dad's company up until this point in time. Goodbye forever now.
Hold on for just one moment, please. I really didn't have any idea at the time. Had I been more aware, I would have never behaved in such a rude manner around you. That's why I'm asking you to please stop saying that such a contract will be canceled.
That has nothing to do with your bad behavior. That was something my dad decided to do to you. So you apologizing to me for your terrible behavior won't change anything in regards to the contract. I'm sorry to have to say this, but after what you've done, there will no longer be any relationship with my family anymore. Therefore, the only hope you have left is praying to whatever God you believe in for help.
Please don't say that about this. I understand that what I was saying to you before was completely unacceptable of me. So from the bottom of my heart, I apologize to you.
I'm sure you do, from the bottom of that black heart of yours. And of course you should be feeling pretty sorry right now. Do you want to know the reason why my dad dropped out of high school? Because he found the kind of schooling he was being forced through to not tickle his fancy enough. My dad has always been interested in the business world ever since elementary school. And luckily, one of his dad's friends was kind enough to show him the ropes. So over time, and eventually into high school, my dad had been able to learn all kinds of things that would set him apart from all the other kids in his grade, and soon would allow him to leave public schooling. From there, he started his own company under the guidance of his mentor, and that soon led to it growing larger than most would ever be able to fathom. Which means when it comes to your little company, my dad does not need to continue working with you, as he has contracts with plenty of other companies just like yours. Those remaining companies will now be doing more business with my dad, as they will all get some of the funding that had been going to you.
Hold on for just a second. That is something nobody should be proud of doing, right? What I've done and what my company does are two separate things.
That doesn't change anything. Because you made it very clear to me before that you are a company president, a CEO. And you told me that your son would be next in line, and that would not allow him to marry the daughter of a middle school graduate man. You said that to me a few days ago, right? You were against me becoming his wife, correct?
I know that I said that.
So even after saying all of that to me, you are going to now tell me that you and your company aren't the same thing? I like to think that when you told me you made all the decisions for everyone in your house and in your company, you were the same thing. I've already heard about how plenty of companies have stopped working with yours due to your actions regarding company standards. But thankfully, my dad is a very kind man, and during all of that was willing to put your way of running a company aside and still work to support you. But not anymore. He is no longer happy with the way you not only handled your company, but your family at home. And that is why the contract between us will be canceled for good now.
You can't be serious right now. Please rethink what you're doing here. And of course I'll now allow you to marry Marvin. Sure, he may not be the best man around, but if you still love him, you may marry him. Actually, please marry my son.
Did you just talk about your son like he's not that great? That's weird, considering I find him to be a wonderful man. Compared to you, not only is he a man worth respecting, but he's also able to manage a company properly. Even my dad understands that about Marvin, hence why he loves him just as much as I do. Unlike you, your son has not developed any of the horrible social behaviors and said that he most definitely never will as long as I'm with him. Now, you stop acting like you know your son right now.
That's... You all seem to be very close to my son and are willing to believe anything he says, right? And if you all find him to be that wonderful of a man, then thank you. After hearing you talk about him like that, then there's really hope that you're going to marry him still, right? I assumed something like that would never happen after the way I behaved, yet you're still in love with him. Thank goodness. Now, since you will become his wife, I look forward to becoming your father-in-law and working together with you and your family from here on out.
Stop BSing me there, Sean. I sure will be getting married to your son still. But that does not mean you will become a part of our family, as we're going to be cutting ties to you. And that is including your son, who also wants to say goodbye to you forever. So please, carry on by yourself now as you try and save what will become your floundering company.
What are you trying to say there? That's impossible. There's no way my son would ever be able to cut ties to me. That boy has always lived under my guidance and wouldn't know the first thing of what to do on his own without me around. and there has never been a time in his life where he's gotten away with trying to fight back at me. If you're going to be marrying my son, then you are also going to become a part of my family. Don't you find that to be the natural way of things? That means your family and mine will become one massive business-based family.
Yes, that's right. My family will carry on as one big happy business-based family. But in such a family, we all have zero use for you.
What? What are you talking about now?
Your son is going to build a company of his own now, and my dad and myself will both be supporting his company as it grows. However, your company is done for, and we will not have any part of it.
What? Are you being serious about that right now?
Yes, of course I am. Your son has grand ideas of what he plans on doing, and we will make sure that it goes well for him. We will be his support both financially and as a family. In other words, part of the money that was going to your company will now go to his.
Hold on just a second. You can't really be doing that. This company that I have currently, I've put a lot of blood and sweat into. And if you guys really do end that contract with me, then I'll lose out on a lot of income that my company needs. That would really spell the end for my company and I.
Like I care to hear about it. Things have already been decided here, Sean. And you were the one who agreed with me before about cutting ties to my family and I. So please stop whining, as all my family and I are doing is cutting said ties to you.
That's not what I meant. Because what you're doing now is really bad. I never thought that the girl my son wanted to marry was the daughter of my biggest customer.
Did you know that my dad was never going to be able to come to your house that day when I came, even if you really did want him there? That's because he's overseas right now managing other parts of his company and cannot be in the US for some time. Which also means this canceling of your guys' contract isn't technically being processed by him, but one of his trusted subordinates. So there's nothing you can do. But why would you want to do anything since this is what you wanted, right?
Oh, so how could this be what I wanted?
Well, you're getting what you asked for and having us all out of your way. And thank goodness for that, because had I married your son without knowing the kind of horrible monster you are, then that contract would have continued. And then, at some point, you would have really learned who my dad is, and then started to us him since you would have had me marry your son. The thing is, though, my family does not have the money that a jackass like you actually needs.
That's...
When you try and make fun of others based off their education alone like that, you'll get hurt even worse. So please, now that it's happened to you once with my dad, learn from it and never try making fun of others based off of that alone ever again. But I don't care if you do continue to behave like such a dick, because it won't be my life getting ruined by it. Just yours, as all of those around you who realize that you're nothing more than a whining and judgmental prick will leave you. Hey, what the hell are you trying to do? I hear the security guard got to you before you could come and burn down our house. Sean, did losing your company really have to turn you into an outright criminal?
You have it all wrong. That was not the plan I had. I really need you and everyone else to listen to me. But before I could get to your house and see you all, the security guard got me.
And what I was talking about is how you had that Molotov cocktail in your bag, and when you tried running up to our house, the security guard was able to come after you. And just before he tackled you, you tried to light that cocktail and throw it towards our window, right? What the hell do you actually think you're doing now?
I was just carrying it as a way of threatening you guys, and that was all I planned on doing, just that. I needed to get you guys to listen to me. This whole time, no matter how many times I've called and texted, none of you ever answered me. I had to find a way to get you to listen to me.
Come on, what the hell are you talking about? An excuse like that won't work well in court, you know? And had you just shut up and taken the loss of your company, you might have still had a chance at becoming a simple office worker, right? But instead, you're just trying to do everything in your dwindling power to take my family down. The only option you have now is to live as a criminal and rot in jail like the rest of your kind. It also sounds like you hurt one of the security guards pretty good.
You You married my son of all people, right? If I have to be convicted as a criminal because of this, that would make your husband's father a criminal, right? Are you saying that you're okay with something like that?
Yes, but also no. I'm okay with you becoming the criminal, which you are, but no, it will not be my husband's father becoming the criminal, as my husband's father died months ago. And if you start going around trying to claim that you are his father, my hard-working, company-owning husband will take you to court and sue you for trying to defame him. Now just shut the hell up already. The police are here now and will take you away.
What? Oh, hold on, please. This can't be happening to me. Having the police come to arrest me is taking things way too far.
What we've all learned is that as long as you're still free, you are never going to learn your damn lesson. And it's not like the police can just let you off the hook for trying to commit arson and for attacking one of this community's security guards. You have to understand that, right? From now on, you will be kept under close watch by the police. And hopefully, if you ever do get out of jail and back onto the streets, you will have finally learned your lesson and can be trusted again. Although you're better off rotting in hell, right? After having been taken away in police's custody, we never really heard much again from Sean, and thank God for that. When Marvin found out later on that his dad had come with the intent of trying to burn down our house only to get arrested after being tackled, he was in shock. But because he had far more pressing matters to attend to, like a brand new company, he only spent a few minutes thinking about his dad before forgetting about him for good. Immediately after being arrested, Sean's wife would leave the house and divorce him that same day while taking half of the money he had left. And then, a few days after the arrest, the man that once looked down and made fun of both my dad and I was now sitting in a courtroom having to face the security guard he had attacked and learning to see how many years he'd be locked away for. What I later learned is that he would be charged with attempted murder for trying to stab one of the security guards with a broken Molotov bottle, as well as be charged with attempted arson for trying to burn our place down. And all I can say to that is he frickin' deserves every second of his time in that place suffering for all the crap he's done to my family and Marvin. As for the company that Sean had lost due to a decrease in profits and a soon followed bankruptcy, my dad would end up buying it from the banks not too long after and letting me take it over, renamed and everything. At first I was a little hesitant to take over what was once run by a monster like Sean, but when I realized that it would only make him feel worse learning that it was now my company, I found it to be quite an enjoyable time rebranding the company and working to hopefully one day rub it into Sean's face. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Jeff, what is going on here?
Oh, what are you talking about now?
I never imagined that you would throw tea at my father during the marriage introduction. I didn't expect that you would get kicked out after such a scene.
Well, consider yourself lucky it was just tea. It could have been something much worse.
What do you mean by that?
Honestly, I was shocked to find out that a family working in a factory showed up for a marriage introduction. It's just unbelievable.
What do you mean, factory family?
Well, when I heard that Jacob's fiancée was coming over, I thought it might be someone respectable. Instead, I find out that you guys work in a factory. How can I take this seriously?
My father used to work for a big corporation. You shouldn't look down on him.
Oh, really? So why is he working at a factory now? I bet he couldn't cut it in the corporate world and got fired.
That's not true. He left that job to take care of me. He sacrificed so much.
Huh. If he was really so dedicated, he should have found a way to keep his job instead of ending up in a factory. We hire babysitters, you know.
Don't dismiss my father's sacrifices like that. He worked hard to raise me.
Well, it looks like you and your family are in the bottom of the barrel in society. There's no way I'm going to accept someone from your background marrying my son.
But what about Jacob and me? What are we supposed to do? Our feelings are valid.
Your feelings, those don't matter to me. Our family is all about tradition, status, and lineage. I won't allow this marriage to happen. If you want to blame someone, blame your factory worker father.
That's so unfair. You can't just end an engagement like that. It's ridiculous. I'm pregnant with Jacob's child.
Is that really Jacob's child? Are you sure about that?
What do you mean? How could you question me like that?
Well, considering your situation, I have to wonder if you're just trying to trick him into marrying you. Maybe the child isn't even his.
That's disgusting. How can you think that? I would never do such a thing.
There are plenty of people out there who try to take advantage of others, especially wealthy families. We've seen it happen too many times.
I'm not trying to take advantage of anyone. I have my own job and I'm not here for money. I genuinely love Jacob.
Stop lying. People like you from factory backgrounds always want to leech off others.
Is it acceptable for you to talk like that? Your company collaborates with factories too, doesn't it?
So what if we do?
If you keep this up, you might lose business. People talk, and if you treat potential family like this, it could affect your contracts.
Frankly, we're doing just fine without your kind of business. Our company's thriving. We have countless companies lining up to work with us. We really don't need anyone from a low-class background ruining our reputation.
What's wrong with you? You're completely dismissing our relationship and how much Jacob and I care for each other.
I will not accept your marriage to my son. Break off the engagement immediately.
But why? Just because of where we work? That's such a shallow reason. You're being totally unreasonable.
My son deserves better than to be tied down to someone like you. I'm sure he'll thank me for it later.
How can you say that? Love doesn't work that way. We're meant to be together. Can't you see that?
No, I can't. Your family isn't good enough for ours.
That's just elitist nonsense. Just because we have different backgrounds doesn't mean I'm not good for Jacob. I love him.
Love? You think love can overcome all barriers? Family background matters. You can't just dismiss generations of tradition.
But what happens when your son finds someone he loves? Are you really going to crush his happiness just because of your own prejudices?
It's not just prejudice. It's about ensuring the family lineage is preserved. Our name and reputation are at stake here.
And what about Jacob's happiness? He's an adult, he can make his own decisions.
But he's also part of this family. He has responsibilities to uphold our family's name.
You're being completely unreasonable. Do you really think this is all about money or status? It's not.
For you, it's not, but in our world, it is. You don't understand the pressures we face.
Then help me understand. Instead of just judging me and my family, why can't you try to see things from our perspective?
You're asking for too much. I've already made up my mind.
This is so unfair. Jacob loves me. He would never want to hurt me like this.
Well, it doesn't matter what he wants. You're not good enough for him, and that's final.
You can't just make these decisions for him. This is about us, not you.
You're right. It's about us, and we don't accept you. Now break off the engagement, or I will make things much worse for you.
You really think you can just bully me into submission? I won't let you.
You're wasting your breath. You need to face reality. Jacob deserves a better future, and I will do everything in my power to make sure he gets it.
This isn't over. You can't control our lives like this. I won't give up on Jacob.
Then prepare for a fight, because I will not back down.
Dad, are you okay?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to ruin the greeting.
No, you don't need to apologize, Dad. Did they pour tea on you? Are you burned?
Don't worry about it. It's nothing serious. More importantly, are we going to lose our engagement because of me?
I'll try to do something about this. I'm really sorry for putting you through this.
You're the one who shouldn't be apologizing. If I had a better job, this wouldn't have happened.
But you took that job to raise me. After Mom passed away, you went back home and started working at the factory Grandpa used to run.
Well, that's true, but...
I was never lonely because you were always there for me. I'm so grateful to you.
I'm really happy to hear you say that, but we need to get your marriage approved. It's also for the sake of your child. If I explain my work properly, I think they'll clear up the misunderstandings.
Yeah, but it might be a bit difficult.
Why is that? Did they say something to you?
Yeah, it seems they're really not going to accept our marriage no matter what we do.
Can you give me more details?
Sure, when we went to their house to meet, they were very dismissive. They referred to our family as working class, and they just seemed to look down on us. They think that because you work at a factory, you're somehow beneath them? Ugh, I feel so humiliated.
I see. That's unfortunate. But you know, your happiness is the most important thing to me. We'll find a way to work this out.
But how? It's not just about my happiness anymore. He said he would never accept me marrying Jacob. He doesn't care about my feelings or our child.
I know it sounds tough, but we can't give up. Let's think of a plan. Maybe if we show them how hardworking you are and how much you care for Jacob, they might change their minds.
He won't listen, Dad. They see our family background and immediately turn up their noses at us. He won't want his son to be with someone they consider beneath him.
That's not fair at all. You deserve to be with someone you love, no matter what job we have or where we come from. Love shouldn't be measured by wealth or status.
I wish everyone thought like you, Dad. But he doesn't. He thinks it's all about appearances. I've heard them talk about how they only want the best for their son, and he sees you as a disgrace.
Jeff, I apologize for contacting you suddenly. This is Grant, Sandy's father.
Ah, it's you. What's going on all of a sudden?
Sandy told me about your wish to break off the engagement.
Yeah, that's right.
However, I believe that the two of them respect and love each other deeply. As a parent, I hope you won't try to tear them apart.
What? A factory worker dares to give me advice?
I understand this may be intrusive, but as a father who cares about his daughter, I must say this.
You're just trying to marry your daughter off to suck the sweet juice from us, aren't you?
No, that's not it. I only wish for Sandy's happiness. Moreover, Jacob wants to marry Sandy. He has decided to marry her, fully understanding our circumstances. I hope you can respect his feelings as well.
That boy is supposed to take over our company. It doesn't matter what he thinks. I will not allow anything that goes against my will.
You should stop trying to manipulate your own child. We're all adults here. We should respect each other's wishes.
Shut up! Don't lecture me, you lower-class person. I was planning to choose the marriage partner myself. The only reason I'm even speaking with you is that your kid got pregnant. For all I know, that child may not even be Jacob's.
What do you mean? The baby in Sandy's belly is undoubtedly the two of theirs.
How can I trust the words of a worthless person like her?
What did you just say?
I said she's a worthless woman. Your daughter is a girl who opens her legs for anyone. There's no way my son will marry someone like that.
I don't care what you say or do to me, but I will not allow you to speak poorly of my daughter.
Oh, what are you gonna do about it?
Are you really going to refuse to accept Sandy and Jacob's marriage?
Yeah, that's right.
Then I'll destroy your company.
Oh, give it a try. I'll be watching to see what a mere factory worker like you can do.
All right, fine.
Hey, did you break off the engagement? You two are living together, right? Get out of that room already!
Is there really no way you can accept the marriage?
Of course not! There's no way someone like you could marry my son!
That's not Jacob's will, is it?
His will doesn't matter. I will choose his marriage partner. If he's fallen for someone as pathetic as you, it shows he has no discernment at all.
If Jacob said that to me, I could accept it. However, I refuse to accept that my engagement is being called off just because of your opinion.
I'm sorry too. If only your father had remained in a large corporation, I would have considered allowing this marriage.
My father has nothing to do with this.
It has everything to do with it. Marriage is primarily about family background and lineage. That's the reality.
Such an outdated mindset. No matter what you say, my decision will not change.
Just go back to your factory and stay there. And don't ever get involved with my son or our family again.
Understood. There's nothing I can do about it.
You should have said that from the beginning. I might even consider giving you a severance payment as a gesture.
I don't need your money.
Come on, you're really serious, aren't you? You think you could just walk away without a word?
I'm saying it clearly. You have no idea how much I care about Jacob, and it's not something you can dictate.
You think you can waltz into our lives without considering the consequences?
No, I care about Jacob. Family background doesn't define worth. People are capable of so much more.
Hey, what's going on here?
What is it? I thought we agreed not to involve ourselves with each other anymore.
Shut up! Because of you two, the company is in serious trouble.
The company? What do you mean?
I suddenly had contracts canceled by our clients, and it's not just one or two. We're unable to secure contracts with almost all of them. If this continues, our company is going to go under.
That sounds serious. But why are you telling me this?
Because the cause of this mess lies with you two.
Huh?
When I asked the representatives who canceled the contracts, they said they heard all sorts of things from your father. This whole situation is clearly a scheme orchestrated by you and your father. What are you gonna do about it?
I'm not gonna do anything. My father was just speaking the truth after all.
What did he say?
He simply conveyed that you're the kind of person who looks down on factory workers. Your company has contracts with many factories, so it's no surprise that if you're saying things like that behind the scenes, everyone would turn against you.
Even so, how could this affect so many companies? Your father is just a factory worker, right? How could he do this?
First of all, my father took over the factory from my grandfather. The production system he developed is groundbreaking, and the quality of the products produced is highly regarded. That's why many factory owners come to learn from him. My father teaches his methods openly, without hiding anything. As a result, numerous factories have succeeded under his guidance. Among those factories are some that have contracts with your company, and because of the connections, they all decided to terminate their contracts with you.
No way!
This is what happens when you only see people through their titles.
What are you acting all high and mighty about? Anyway, just tell your father to clear up this misunderstanding.
I refuse. Besides, there's no misunderstanding here. Everyone has come to know your true nature and chose to cancel their contracts with you.
Fine. You're not even worth talking to. I'll speak to him directly.
I doubt he'll listen to you.
I'm not just gonna ask him nicely.
Do you have some kind of secret plan?
Of course! You just sit back and watch.
Well, fine, I guess. But I'm not too worried about it.
Listen, you have no idea what you're dealing with. My company has built a solid reputation over the years. People trust us, and they wouldn't just throw that away based on a few words from your father.
But now they know how you truly feel. This isn't just about reputation anymore. It's about your attitude towards the people who make this industry work. If they find out you're belittling the very workers who help keep your company running, they won't stand for it.
Are you really that naive? You think I care about a few opinions? I've been in this business long enough to know how to play the game. This isn't about feelings, it's about power.
Power? You think you have power over everyone just because of your position? You've forgotten that the foundation of this industry is built on teamwork and respect. Without it, you'll crumble.
You have no clue what I'm capable of. I can easily make this all go away.
Is that a threat? You're not in a position to threaten anyone right now. It's only going to backfire on you.
You think I'm scared of you or your father? This is just the beginning. I'll make sure everyone knows the truth about you two.
You don't get it. The truth is out there already, and it's not in your favor. Your reputation is on the line, and I'd love to see you try to salvage it.
So what's your plan then? Just sit back and let this happen?
No, I'll do what needs to be done to protect my father and our future. You may think that you're untouchable, but this isn't just a game for me.
You're in over your head, and I'll make sure you realize it soon enough. Just wait and see.
Whatever you say, just know that I'm not backing down.
Good luck with that. I hope you're ready for the consequences. Okay right now?
What is it? I'm busy working at the moment.
I won't take up too much of your time.
All right, I understand. What do you want to discuss? I'd rather not speak to you at all.
I know you're angry about the engagement being called off.
Of course I am.
So you've been discussing me with your connections, haven't you?
They are my colleagues. I've told them we shouldn't work with anyone who can't respect us.
I apologize for my excessive comments, but please let me explain that there were reasons behind them.
Reasons? Isn't it just because I'm a factory worker at the bottom of the social ladder?
No! I respect people who work hard for their living. I know that my company exists because of them.
What you're saying now is a complete 180 from what you said before.
I'm sorry for my rude behavior. It was done to push for the engagement to be broken off.
So, you wanted to break off Sandy's engagement regardless?
No, that's not the case. This isn't my decision.
What do you mean?
It was Jacob's decision.
Jacob's?
Yes, he came to me crying about not wanting to marry Sandy. Of course, I knew about the child, so I was furious and told him he needed to take responsibility. But he kept insisting he didn't want to marry her, so I tried to facilitate a breakup for his sake.
So you just went along with what the child wanted.
I think it's a valid point, but knowing that the child will come into the world without a loving father is truly heartbreaking. So I thought that breaking up before things got worse might be better for both of them.
I see. So you're trying to pull a fast one with that excuse?
Huh?
I've met with Jacob multiple times before the wedding. I heard directly from him about the baby, and now he is attending parenting classes with my daughter.
Parenting classes?
Do you really think someone who doesn't want to get married would do that? From what I see, he's eagerly anticipating marrying Sandy and the arrival of their child.
That's not true.
I think you need to pay more attention to your own child. That's why you're so easily caught in your lies.
Wait a minute.
This conversation is over. You were clearly trying to get me to retract the contract cancellation, weren't you? I absolutely will not do that. I have a duty to protect my family and my colleagues.
But listen!
This isn't just about contracts or family, it's about love. Sandy and Jacob truly care for each other, and it's not right to just dismiss their feelings.
Is your conversation with my father finished?
Damn it, that stubborn old man! Does he have no intention of listening to what I have to say?
My father is a reasonable person. It's quite impressive to make someone as usually gentle as him that angry.
Shut up! I can't be involved with you two any longer. I need to hold a meeting about what to do with the company.
Ooh, that sounds serious.
Don't say it so casually. It's your fault things turned out this way.
No, it's your own fault for looking down on others and treating them badly. What happened this time is a fitting consequence for your actions.
Your opinions are worth less than $1.
Fair enough. Let's have a proper conversation then.
What, do you have something to say?
Yes, I'm considering taking legal action against you.
You're gonna sue me?
That's right. You've said some terrible things about me and my father, haven't you? You implied that the child in my womb might not even be Jacob's.
That was just a normal question!
I've been to a gynecologist and had tests done. Why should I have to endure such remarks?
Okay, I admit I shouldn't have said that.
An apology now doesn't change anything. From now on, all communication will go through my lawyer.
Calm down a bit!
I am completely calm.
No, you need to look at this situation with a clear mind. Do you really think suing us will make you happy?
What do you mean by that?
Our company is in a tight spot right now. Think carefully about that.
I don't need to think about it. It's simply cause and effect.
No, this company isn't just ours. It's the company that my son will inherit. In fact, I plan to make him the president as soon as tomorrow. If that happens, all the debts will fall on him.
You're so pathetic. Just shift all the blame onto your son Jacob when things get tough.
You can think whatever you want. You're gonna marry my son, right? In that case, you should value our company. You'll be the president's wife.
I have no intention of being involved with your company.
Even if you feel that way, the reality is that you're going to marry my son, so it's unavoidable. Or do you plan to back out of the marriage?
No, that's not an option.
Then you need to talk to your father right away. Tell him to resume the contracts with the companies and factories that we're working with. That will protect your beloved husband.
Absolutely not.
Why are you being so selfish? Do you not care what happens to Jacob?
Whatever happens to your company has nothing to do with Jacob.
What do you mean by that?
Jacob is quitting your company. He's going to go work at my father's factory.
What did you just say?
It seems that Jacob has fallen in love with the products my father makes and wants to help him out. My father is delighted to have a successor.
Don't joke around. How could he make such a selfish decision?
It seems he's grown tired of your high-handedness. You've reaped what you've sown.
So does this mean that no one will help us anymore?
Of course not. Who would help someone like you who looks down on others? If you had shown even a little respect for others, things wouldn't have turned out this way. You may be the president of a company, but you didn't get there on your own. You have been supported by many people, and you seem completely unaware of that, which has led to this predicament.
I understand. I see now that I am powerless. From now on, I'll change my ways, so please help me!
No, I refuse. You will have to figure this out on your own. Though I doubt you can manage it. At the very least, I ask that you stop involving us in your troubles.
You think it's that easy?
You're the one who made it difficult. If you had treated us with respect from the start, none of this would have happened.
You don't understand the burden I carry as a business owner. You think it's easy to manage everything?
I'm not interested in your excuses. The fact is, you've acted terribly, and now you want to shift the blame on me?
This isn't about shifting blame. I'm trying to save my company. My son's future is at stake here.
And whose fault is that? You've built this mess all on your own. You need to take responsibility for your actions.
This isn't just about me. My son has dreams too. He wants to make something of himself, and if we lose the company, it'll ruin him.
You should have thought about that before treating others with disdain. You made your choices, and now you must face the consequences.
You think I wanted this? You think I wanted to be in this position? I didn't ask for any of this.
No, you didn't. But you made choices that led you here. Now you have to deal with it.
You're heartless.
Maybe I am, but that doesn't change the reality of the situation.
You're saying all this as if you're some saint.
I'm not claiming to be a saint. I'm just stating the facts. Your inability to see beyond your own narrow perspective has brought you here.
If I'm the problem, then what about you? You think your family is blameless in this?
No one is blameless, but that doesn't excuse your actions.
You know what? I'm done talking to you. I have no interest in this conversation any longer.
Fine. I hope you enjoy the consequences of your ignorance.
You'll regret this. I won't let this go.
I'm not afraid of you.
Sandy, are you okay?
Oh, yeah, I just finished. I was talking with my lawyer.
I'm relieved to hear that. Are you doing all right? You're pregnant after all.
Don't worry about me. If I let my guard down here, I won't be able to protect the baby or Jacob, so I'm planning to be thorough in everything.
That's good to hear. Just remember, if you run into any problems, you can consult me about anything. I'm here to help.
Thanks, Dad. I really appreciate it. I'm determined to be a good mother, just like Mom was.
That's a fantastic goal. I truly believe you can become that kind of mother. You have all the qualities to be amazing at it.
I really want to make sure that I give our child everything they need, especially the love and support they deserve. I won't repeat the mistakes from the past.
I understand. It's important to create a loving environment. Just remember that it's okay to ask for help along the way. You don't have to do this alone.
You're right. I'll lean on you if I need to. I want to create a strong family for Jacob and our baby, and I want them to feel secure and loved.
Absolutely. A family is built on love and trust, and I have no doubt that you and Jacob will create a wonderful life together. Just keep that determination you have.
Thanks, Dad. Your support means everything to me. I just want to make sure we all get through this together, and that we can face whatever comes our way as a united front.
That's the spirit. Together, we can tackle anything. Just keep your head up and remember that I believe in you. You're going to be a fantastic mom.
Jeff's company has faced a serious crisis. Many contracts were terminated, which put him and his team in a precarious situation, leading them to the brink of bankruptcy. As the business environment became increasingly competitive, it became clear that things were not going well. He tried to find new clients and sought to secure contracts that could help stabilize the company. However, word of the company's troubles spread quickly throughout the industry. News of the difficulties faced by Jeff's company traveled fast, and soon, potential clients were hesitant to enter into agreements with them. The situation became increasingly dire, and despite Jeff's efforts, no one was willing to sign a contract with him. This resulted in a significant financial burden that weighed heavily on the company. The chain of events ultimately culminated in the company's downfall. Jeff was left carrying a substantial amount of debt, which was a source of great stress and anxiety for him. The pressure of financial instability not only affected his professional life, but also took a toll on his personal relationships. To add to his woes, his wife, unable to cope with the strain of their situation, decided to leave him. Effectively, she delivered him a final, harsh ultimatum, making it clear that she could no longer support him through this challenging time. She chose to prioritize her own well-being and future, leaving Jeff to face the consequences of his professional misfortunes alone. Now he finds himself living in a cramped apartment, struggling to make ends meet, and leading a modest life that is far removed from what he once had. On the other hand, I have taken a different path in life. I married Jacob, and we were fortunate enough to welcome a lovely baby boy into our family. The joy that our child has brought into our lives is immeasurable. My father was overjoyed to have his first grandchild, and his happiness has filled our home with immense joy and laughter. Every corner of our house seems to echo with the delightful sounds of a child, creating a warm and lively atmosphere. As a new parent, I am fully aware of the responsibilities that come with raising a child. There are endless diaper changes, sleepless nights, and countless moments of worry. But the love and joy that my son brings to our lives far outweigh any of the challenges we face. Watching him grow and learn each day is a gift that I cherish deeply. The little milestones, from his first smile to his first steps, fill my heart with pride and happiness. Each day is an adventure, and I strive to create an environment where he can thrive. To ensure that I can continue to protect and nurture this happiness, I'm committed to putting my best effort into managing the household and taking care of my child. I find joy in the little moments, from preparing meals to watching my son discover the world around him. I often take the time to engage with him, encouraging his curiosity and providing him with the support he needs to explore and learn. Each day presents new challenges and rewards, and I strive to create a loving and supportive environment for my family. As I reflect on my life and the stark contrast between my situation and Jeff's, I'm reminded of the unpredictability of life. One moment, everything can seem stable and secure, and the next, everything can change in an instant. Jeff and I started on similar paths, but life has taken us in completely different directions. While Jeff's company was thriving at one point, it ultimately crumbled under the weight of financial difficulties and personal pressures, leaving him to face the consequences alone. The burden of financial failure can be overwhelming, and it can affect not just one's career but personal relationships as well. I can only imagine the emotional toll that it must have taken on him, especially after losing both his company and his wife. The feeling of isolation and despair must be difficult to bear, and it highlights the fragile nature of success. In the world of business, it's easy to think that you have everything figured out until unforeseen circumstances disrupt your plans. In contrast, my marriage to Jacob has been a source of strength and joy. We have built a life together, supporting each other through thick and thin. Our son has brought us even closer, and we cherish the time we spend as a family. The bond that Jacob and I share has only deepened since becoming parents. We take turns with the responsibilities that come with raising a child, making sure that we are both actively involved in his life. This partnership is essential for maintaining a healthy balance, and it allows us to be there for each other as we navigate the challenges of parenthood. I often find myself reminiscing about my own childhood and the values my parents instilled in me. I want to pass those same values down to my son, creating a nurturing environment filled with love, respect, and encouragement. I believe that a solid foundation of values will help him grow into a kind and compassionate person. Of course, parenting comes with its own set of challenges. There are sleepless nights, endless laundry, and the constant need to be attentive to a child's needs. However, each struggle is worth it when I see my son smile or hear his laughter. Those moments remind me why I chose this path, and they fill my heart with a sense of fulfillment that I wouldn't trade for anything. I often find myself marveling at how quickly he's growing and changing, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to be a part of his journey. Moreover, I feel a deep sense of responsibility to ensure my son has the best opportunities in life. I want him to grow up knowing he is loved and supported no matter what challenges he may face. I often think about the future and what kind of person he will become. I hope to instill in him the importance of hard work, kindness, and resilience so that he can navigate the world with confidence. The world can be a difficult place, and I want him to be prepared for whatever challenges may come his way. As I balance the demands of motherhood and household responsibilities, I also make time for self-care. It's essential for me to recharge and take care of my own well-being, so I can be the best version of myself for my family. Whether it's enjoying a quiet moment with a good book, going for a walk in the park, or spending time with friends, I recognize the importance of finding joy in my own life as well. Taking care of myself ultimately benefits my family, as it allows me to approach each day with renewed energy and positivity. In moments of quiet reflection, I sometimes think about Jeff and the choices he made. It's easy to pass judgment from the outside, but I know that life can be complex. There may have been factors at play that contributed to his downfall that I'm unaware of. While I wish him well, I also recognize that our paths have diverged, and I must focus on the life I have built for myself and my family. I often remind myself that success is not solely measured by financial stability or career accomplishments. Instead, I find fulfillment in the relationships I nurture and the love I share with my family. These are the things that truly matter in life. The joy of watching my son grow, the support I receive from Jacob, and the bonds I maintain with my parents and friends are what enrich my existence. Every day is a new opportunity to learn, grow, and create beautiful memories. I strive to be present in each moment, savoring the small joys and finding gratitude in my everyday life. While I acknowledge the challenges that come with being a parent and managing a household, I also embrace the beauty of these experiences. The laughter, the cuddles, and the shared moments of joy are treasures that I hold dear. As I navigate through the ups and downs of parenthood, I've come to appreciate the importance of community and support systems. Friends and family play an essential role in our lives, offering help and encouragement when needed. I often rely on my parents for advice and assistance, and their experience as grandparents has been invaluable. They bring a wealth of knowledge and love into our home, enriching our lives and creating lasting memories. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.